Hi, welcome to my self-talk to recovery. This is my first talk. I'm talking to myself. Yes, I know I'm talking to other people, but I never talk to myself. And that's because I was scared of talking out loud to myself. Because then I could be seen as a crazy person. And being seen as a crazy person, that was dangerous for me. And that means that some people in my life could use it against me and have more control over me than they already had. And the little control I had over my control, I did everything so they couldn't get that control. So what is it I'm talking about is that when you have a narcissistic or psychopathic parent around you, they will always find a way to ridicule you, find faults in you, and use it against you, always to control you to submission. So talking to myself is very hard. So I'm trying to see that I'm talking to God or something, because I don't believe in God. But many people do. And maybe I can pretend I'm believing in God. I don't know what I'm talking about right now. I'm trying to go against the fear. A fear that I need to get rid of. Everyone are outside on the internet today and talking and spreading their knowledge to people. And I have so much in me that I need to get out of my system, and I know that there are many people out there that needs help. Not help by me helping them fixing themselves, but more like feeling they are not alone. And when you find a soul or person out there that has almost the same story as you, and you listen to them, then you feel that, oh, I'm not alone. There are people out there that understands me. And that can actually make you feel happier and feel that you have some hope and you have something to live for. It opens up something in you. You get more happy that you're not the only one suffering. Because we humans, we are like animals. We need to have a flock around us, a clan or family, and feel that we are not alone, because loneliness is very destructive. It's it can wear you down, it can shorten your lifespan, it can make you crazy. So I'm doing this now every day, and for like a therapy, and to be more confident over what I have to say. And maybe I can reach out at least for one or two persons out there. Maybe I can help you with my story. And I'm not going to be sitting here and being, depressed and boring and stuff like that. As an engineer, when we have a problem, we see, okay, we have this problem. What do we have to solve the problem? And then we're trying to find a solution. So I'm doing this to find a solution. I will be sending out some questions, and maybe somehow this question will be answered. Maybe not today, maybe some other day. And that's my goal, to find a solution to the trauma that made my life. So I can live life without the trauma controlling me. Because my mother's not controlling me anymore physically, but there are some stuff that she has put into my brain that is still controlling me, and I need to figure that out. Because even if the person is dead, mine is not dead, but they are still controlling you. And that is an illusion, and that is a mind, excuse my language, mindfuck. Because post-traumatic stress is not a disease. It's a disorder these people have done in your brain. And by talking about it and try to figure out what have they done to your brain, what have they done to you. And if you can see that, okay, they changed that or that, okay, how can we, what tools do we have to change that back into normal thinking? And yeah, there are some solutions out there. You can meditate, go to a psychologist, not always therapists, hypnosis. I've done all of them, and the thing that helped me most, it was the biggest part, it was my anxiety. That was actually hypnosis. And the other part is talking to myself and telling myself, what are you doing? Why are you thinking like that? They didn't do that on you. It's not about you. Don't blame yourself. Stop shaming yourself. Yeah, many questions, and I've been really talking to myself and telling myself, stop it. And now I'm trying to talk more loud into a microphone. Maybe that will help. And I'm sorry if my English is not the best, but this is not my first language. It's my third language. Yeah, and there you hear my insecurities. Feeling, having questioning myself that I'm not good enough. It's so typical, this trauma, that this gaslighting is making you so insecure that you're questioning yourself that you're not good enough. Of course my English is good enough. Why shouldn't it be? I'm talking English almost every day. I'm reading English every day. Everything is in English on the internet, and every movie I see is in English. Okay, so next time I promise I won't be so insecure. Yeah, sitting here talking to myself. I can tell you this, it's very strange. I don't understand how they can sit in front of a camera and talk. It's only them and no one else in front of the camera. But that will be maybe one day. Next step, I don't know. Maybe when I'm more secure over showing myself out. And hopefully people will like what I'm saying. Maybe one day my dream is to help people and tell them that you can go through it. You can rise from a trauma like a narcissistic abuse, physical abuse, whatever you've been through. I've had this trauma for, let's say, over 40 years. I woke up and realized I had a trauma when I was 42. Back then, I didn't know. I knew something was wrong with me and that I wasn't normal. But I never had a name on it. No one told me that my fucked up life was not normal. And that's fucked up. So for me, normal was being beaten, yelled at, never have any hugs, no love, always be alone, being beaten by cables, sticks, and being, threatened, always hearing that you're not good enough, no one told you that you were good at something, except for maybe a few teachers that told me that. I even thought that I was stupid. But then I did the Mensa test. Guess what? I passed. I'm not stupid. But I thought I was stupid for 42 years. Yeah. So I will be telling my story piece by piece and sending out a question. And there are some stuff when you have complex PTSD that the psychologist doesn't understand. They know a lot about PTSD, they know a lot about fight and flight, but there is one thing that they don't know, how it works, because they don't think it's PTSD. It's when you go into freeze mode, when you become the good girl, or when you go into something called Stockholm Syndrome, and you're so good at showing up a facade that everything is okay, when it's not, when you actually are in a freeze mode, but you're acting like it's okay, you're going around on eggshells, stuff like that. When I know more, when I can put words on it, I would tell you. I think there are many out there that recognize themselves in it. And this is a huge problem because the psychologists, they don't see it as a problem. And, being the good girl syndrome, it's part of the complex PTSD trauma. And it can actually alter your life, that you can't live normal life here. For me, it's like I can't be in a normal job and have bosses around me and people around me. I can in a few months or so, but after a while I get anxiety and I don't want to be there anymore. So I need to be more alone and have my stuff to do, and then I'll go home. I'm functioning very well as a volunteer when I'm volunteering, but when I have bosses around me, then I'm not functioning. So I've been thinking a lot about, okay, why don't I function? Yeah. So today I'm not doing that stuff. I'm sorry. I'm just talking around here. And why do I want to do this now? We have all these problems in the world. That's because many of you will go through what I've been through. You will be losing everything. It will be a very, very tough time ahead. And how do you survive this tough time when you're losing everything, even your family, almost your kids, like I did? But I had my kid left. I still have my kid, and I'm so grateful for her. I don't have much left, but I don't care as long as I have my kid and a roof over my head and some food. You don't need much to survive. And to have a good life, you need actually to start taking care of yourself and not sitting in this depression and this darkness and this horrible so-called normal life that you have been through. You have to, push that aside and trying to find a meaning in this. Not by being angry over it, and you have to let it go. And the stuff that is left after you have been letting go, a lot of bad stuff, toxic people and so on. Trying to see, okay, I have this trauma, I did this and this and this to you. How can you use it into an advantage, like it's something positive? So I'm using my trauma to teach others how to use your trauma. To maybe give people hope that actually you can have a good life. And yeah, I believe so. Even it doesn't feel like it right now. I mean, with this life out there, lockdowns and depression and tough times coming ahead, there has to be something good in it. I mean, even a flower can grow when you have asphalt around you. I mean, after Chernobyl, everything is green and the animals are alive and the nature is growing. So after a catastrophe, it can be something beautiful of it too. So yeah, I'm hoping I can do that. Give some hope to people. Have a good night. Bye.